And so I think that it's important to note here that what we saw yesterday at the White House is the beginning. It is not the end. Everybody who's pretending that this was the end point of the same-sex marriage movement, that the end point of the LGBTQ minus plus divided by sign movement is going to be same-sex marriage is dead.
Plus divided by sign. Oh my God.
And Joe Biden said that out loud yesterday. And it is very clear that the goal here, the goalposts keep moving. They keep moving because in the end, what the LGBTQ plus minus divided by sign movement is about is not merely the idea that they should be able to live the lives that they want without being bothered in the privacy of their own homes.
Actually, that is what we're about. We're just trying to exist and have equal rights. And that's too much for you motherfuckers to handle. Get minus by divided sign, yeah.
That undergirds their belief system must be imposed on you. You as a religious person in your daily...
No, we're not That's you imposing your fucking beliefs. Nice projection, Ben. No, we're just, trying to tell people to not be such goddamn bigots, because lots of bigots in this motherfucking country. So we're just trying to teach, maybe hopefully the next generation might not be so bigoted if we tell them, hey, LGBTQIA plus people are totally normal and fine, and you should treat them just like you would treat everybody else. That's literally it, Ben.
Life, you and your schools, you and your churches. The notion that this is going to stop is just a lie. It is not true. And as proof, I would like to offer this clip of Joe Biden circa 2006. Because the goalposts have moved.
Slow him down.
I mentioned this before. The goalposts moved.
That would be fun, huh? Let's try that. I like that idea. Let's slow his ass down. Let's put him here.
From the reasonable to the not reasonable to the insane.
Oh, that's faster. Hold on. Damn, now he sounds like a goddamn chipmunks or something. All right, slow your ass down, Benny boy. So, wait, what's the slowest? This one? I'm going to put it at 0.5. All right.
They moved from, we wish to lead our sexual lives as we want without you interfering in our bedroom.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally just, you just said it, Ben. That's the gay agenda. You got us.
Americans, for a very long time, said that's fine. Even sodomy laws, for example, that were on the books in
even sodomy laws that were on the books. Yeah, they're still on the books in some states, and they still enforce them in some states. There have been people that went to jail for butt fucking. Yeah, Ben. So, go fuck yourself.
any states.
Yeah, Ben, you're drunk. Go home.
Were generally not enforced, even in the
He does
years
talk at 2 times speed.
well
naturally.
leading up to Lawrence v. Texas.
This is great.
So they said, just leave us alone. We don't want to be criminalized.
Yeah, exactly. Don't want to be criminalized for being ourselves. But that's too much to ask for you, right, Ben?
In terms of our private activity.
He does sound drunk.
Then it turned into, we just want civil unions so that if we are in a relationship with a member of the same sex, these people can visit us at the hospital and they can be in our wills just by nature of law. And many Americans are like, okay, that's totally fine. All right, makes sense. In fact, it was Mitt Romney in Massachusetts who was one of the first people to sign into law civil unions in the state of Massachusetts. And well, it's not enough for us to have them called civil unions. We want them to be called marriage. We want the same moral respect as a traditional marriage. A lot of people say, well, hold up a second, this isn't the same phenomenon. They can say a lot of things about same-sex relationships, but it is very difficult to claim they have the same societal value as traditional male-female dyads producing children, which is what the institution of marriage is predicated upon.
Oh my God.
The institution of marriage is just an enshrinement of the simple biological fact that men and women
combine to create children and then raise those children. That is all.
That is not what marriage is about, you fucking... Dude, there's all kinds of even cis straight people that don't have kids or can't have kids or don't want to have kids. And that's totally fucking fine, dude. Having kids has nothing to do with this shit, dude. Like, you're fucking ridiculous.
All that marriage is. You can pretend that other forms of relationship are equivalent. You can pretend that other forms of relationship have
Ben's Cahill.
similar societal value. They do not. So a lot of people say, well, no, hold up just a minute. But the case that the left made on this was that marriage really isn't about the production of children. It's really not about...
It's not about the production of children, you psycho.
Creating family units. Marriage is just about who you love. And
yeah, what the fuck's wrong with... That's exactly what it is about.
once they had redefined that...
Ketamine holes are so fun to penetrate, so to speak.
And they'd actually done this well in advance of same-sex marriage. They'd done this with regard to, for example, no
dogs,
fault
cats,
divorce.
pets
the
only.
Idea being that there wasn't anything sacred about marriage. There wasn't anything unifying or creative of family unit about marriage. It was just about who you loved. If you didn't love somebody, then divorce was totally on the table. So no fault divorce is fine. Once marriage had been redefined as just love between two individual human beings, then of course same-sex
marriage has been redefined. No, it hasn't. We're just trying to give people equal rights, the same rights that you already have, Ben. Yeah, we're just trying to, you know, also let us queer people have some, you motherfucker.
Fell under that rubric. So many Americans were like, even there, they were like, okay. And then it moved to, well, now, if you are a person who doesn't actually believe that same-sex marriage and traditional marriage are morally equivalent, you still must celebrate same-sex marriage in every aspect of your life. It's very important that you do so. And your kids must be taught about this stuff at the earliest possible age. When your kids go to school, they must learn that same-sex marriage and traditional marriage are exactly the same. That all forms of sexual activity are equivalently moral and decent and fulfilling and good. Okay, that's how far the ball has moved. And it's moved really far, really fast. And this is why I say that when the left says, we got what we wanted here, they're lying. They're lying. When they said same-sex marriage was the end point, it is not the end point.
It is the end point. Okay, what's the end point then, Ben?
It is the beginning point. Here is Joe Biden.
Okay. Yeah, so he's going to do a slippery slope argument for gay marriage now. Oh, this is just the beginning point. I mean, it's literally you guys that are the chicken fuckers. So, also, literally you guys trying to make gay... simultaneously, while making gay marriage illegal, you also tried to make child marriage legal. You guys, Ben.
Tennessee Republicans want to make common law marriage legal, but the bill being pushed through the legislature this week doesn't have any age requirements. Opponents say that paves the way for allowing child marriage. Action News 5's Joyce Peterson here with those details. Joyce?
Yeah, Conti, 24 Tennessee Republicans have sponsored this bill, and it's making headlines all across the globe. Take a look. Newsweek, The Hill,
what happened to
even the Daily
Jake
Mail
White?
in the United Kingdom, all talking about this. Folks wondering, are lawmakers in Tennessee really going to legalize child marriage?
They're trying. They're gonna try. Yeah, self-report.
So all this bill does...
State Rep Tom Leatherwood, the Republican from Shelby County, introduced House Bill 233, trying to legalize common law marriage in Tennessee as a pushback to the LGBTQ movement.
And if there's any hostility, it's...
Yeah, so literally they're fucking trying to make it, with this bill, they tried to make gay marriage illegal in Tennessee, but also have no age limit for marriage, which means, you know, you could do child marriage legally.
Against those people that
yeah, who's the groomer here, buddy?
do believe marriage comes from God, not from government.
Oh my God.
And do believe it's between...
Well, the thing is that the government is actually something that's real. So, yeah. It's not
one man and
made
woman.
up like
That's
your
my
fucking
concern.
God
Indeed.
is.
You're changing the law because, of course, we have strict age limits on marriage in Tennessee, and I don't think we want to get away from that.
The Democrats on the panel questioned a missing critical element.
So your current language does not have an age limit. You're aware that our current law does have an age limit. You know what that age limit is?
Current Tennessee law states you can get married as young as 17 if you have parental consent. Critics worry House Bill 233, if passed, would allow child marriage or child sex abuse.
What in your legislation would stop a 16-year-old from going down with someone else to the courthouse and getting this done, since there's no age restrictions within your law?
I think it would be construed that minors would not be able to enter into this
So it would be assumed.
contract.
Assumed. So we're going to take the assumption that they would not include minors in this.
We're making a whole bunch to do with in getting off in the weeds here, when this strictly is a form that we certainly should entitle our citizens the right to choose.
We have no age limit restriction in this legislation at all. And that's very much the problem.
Yeah, Stallman, like what
All
the
right, tonight,
fuck?
State Senator Ramesh Akbari from Memphis tells Action News 5 it's ugly enough Republicans are advancing an unconstitutional bill to undermine marriage equality. But the fact that this bill reopens the debate on child marriage is outrageous. Kids need time to grow and mature. Kids need to be kids, not brides and mothers.
Yeah, exactly. So, the fuck out of here, chuds. These motherfucking people are psycho.
Biden, circa 2006, talking about why there was no necessity for a constitutional amendment to protect traditional marriage. He says there's no real reason for this sort of thing. The reason, why would we need a constitutional amendment to protect traditional marriage as the definition of marriage in federal law? After all, who would be pushing such a thing? Who would be pushing the idea of redefining marriage? Here's Joe Biden, 2006. Tucker Carlson showed this clip last night.
Yeah, Joe Biden was a fucking douchebag in 2006. Like, yeah.
The world's
The thing is that unlike chuds, people evolve. Normal people evolve and if they're wrong, they realize they were wrong and correct themselves and become better people. But you guys don't do that. So I know changing your mind about something that you believed 20 fucking years ago sounds crazy to you. But yeah, no, it's actually, it's actually evolution. It's good.
going to Hades in a handbasket.
Rat boy, Ben.
We are desperately concerned about the circumstance relating to avian flu. We don't have enough vaccines. We don't have enough police officers. And we're going to
I ain't getting no goddamn vaccine, buddy.
debate the next 3 weeks. I'm
Oh
told.
shit, I just cooked a fucking baked potato. Yo, let me get that.
Gay marriage, a flag amendment, and God only knows what else. I can't believe the American people can't see through this. We already have a law, the Defense of Marriage Act, where we've all voted, not where I voted and others said, look, marriage is between a man and a woman, and states must respect that. Nobody's violated that law. There's been no challenge to that law. Why do we need a constitutional amendment? Marriage is between a man and a woman.
That was Joe Biden in 2006. It is now 2022. 16 years is not all that long a time. And now Joe Biden is on the lawn at the White House celebrating same-sex marriage being enshrined into federal law without proper protections for people who disagree
Hudson,
that same-sex
is
marriage
your
is on
cat
the same
trying to
moral
communicate
par
with us?
as traditional marriage. I mean, it's pretty amazing stuff, is it not?
Did your cat step on your keys or some shit? You alright?
And it suggests that when people like Joe Biden say in 2006 that same-sex marriage is not on the table, they are lying to you. They are not telling you the truth. And when they deny outright that, for example, that when they say, we're not coming after your religious community, we're not coming after your church, we're not coming after your religious school,
Yeah,
we're not coming after your
they're
business.
not coming
They're lying.
after you.
It's not true.
It's you that's coming after us. So stop trying to play the fucking victim and just admit that you don't want people to have equal rights.
So yesterday, on the lawn of the White House, Joe Biden declared that today was it was a great day. Here was Joe Biden. He's wearing his aviator shades, which means that he's in a good mood, according to the press. It means that he's winning, according to the press. Here was Joe Biden yesterday.
Today's a good day. A day America
Exactly, Liana. Yeah.
takes a vital step toward equality.
Ben Malding about same-sex marriage. Yep, he sure is. What up, Undyne?
Toward liberty and justice.
Yo,
not just
Undyne,
for
what up,
some,
homie?
but for everyone. Everyone.
Yeah, that's not in our gay agenda.
Hey, notice, a vital step toward equality. Right, it's a step. So what does equality actually look like in Joe Biden's view? In Joe Biden's view, what equality actually looks like is the transing of the children, for example. This is something he actively talked about in his speech. Equality looks like
the transing of our children. Which is not happening. We're just, allowing trans children to be themselves. Ain't nobody getting transed, whatever the fuck that means, against their will, Ben. Okay? We're just letting trans people, get transed or whatever the fuck that. I don't even know what that.
you should be able to.
Yeah, motherfuckers said transing our children. Yeah. Every fucking thing that they're worried about is some made up bullshit that they made up just to fearmonger. Because they don't have any good policies, so they have to fearmonger to get people to vote for them.
To demand that people who disagree with you bow to your whim and self-definition. This is what Joe Biden's equality looks like. That language is very important when he says it's a step
Ain't nobody asking you about a shit. Just leave us alone. That's literally it. Just fucking, like, why do you care so much what the fuck we're doing? Like, leave us alone, dude.
equality. He's not saying we have achieved, we're done. He is saying we have gotten to this point, and now there's still further to go because the transgressive movement, which is about imploding all of the vital institutions, the intermediate institutions of American society, moves apace.
Did he say the transgressive movement? Is that what he said?
Gotten to this point, and now there's still further to go because the transgressive movement, which is about
the transgressive movement. Gay sex is just as good as straight sex. Goddamn right.
Out imploding all of the vital institutions, the intermediate institutions of American society, moves apace. You have to understand this is part of a broader rubric on the part of the radical left, which has now infused much of the traditional left. And that rubric is that in the
Undyne true.
name of quote unquote
fucking got him. This motherfucker runs Daily Wire, but still can't find a business to mind. Oh! Good one.
Individual rights. And when we say rights here, what we mean is essentially libertinism. In the name of our sexual self-fulfillment, all intermediate institutions that tend to inculcate things like duty need to be destroyed. Those things are impositions. They are impositions on our authenticity. Right? Who you are is your authentic feeling about yourself on the interior of your being. And anything that imposes on you, any societal institution, family, church, neighborhood, civil society, any of those things that...
Yeah. Nobody's doing anything to those... to churches or whatever the fuck you're worried about. Just let trans people exist. That's all we want, dude.
Impose on you, they must be destroyed. They have to be destroyed because otherwise you can't truly be free. And so the only institutions that should exist in society are the atomized individual on the one hand, with their subjective, important sense of authenticity.
I mean, that doesn't even sound that bad. That sounds pretty cool, actually. Ben, stop making that shit sound so cool.
And the giant national state on the other. Joe Biden will be here to obliterate all of the intermediate institutions of American life and cram down a universalistic view of how humanity should work from the top. And here you will be at the bottom, the atomized individual separated from traditional notions of family, separated from religious community.
Yeah.
Separate.
So if we let gay people get married, families are going to become illegal? Is that what you're saying, Ben? They're going to make having a family illegal now. Okay, dude.
Separated from people who
That's reality.
share any perspective on the world about a higher good. All those intermediate...
It is. Joe Budnick, it's their number one fucking boogeyman is the trans people because they realize that works. Yeah, they realized like quite a few years ago, I guess, now, like, that fear-mongering over trans people actually works on dumb people, so...
institutions will be destroyed. And in the end, it will just be you and the state and nothing in between. And that is the goal that Joe Biden is actively attempting to pursue right here.
God damn, that baked potato was so good. I want to make another one.
Obliteration of those intermediate institutions, by the way, is not going to make America stronger. It's going to make America insanely weaker. It's going to lead to an incredible rise in depression, in polarization, in suicidal ideation. People without any sort of intermediate societal structures tend to founder.
Yeah, we mind our
They tend to be
business.
chaotic and
True.
confused. They don't have any sort of guidance. They don't know what the rules are. They feel as though they're on a desert island except for a distant state, which tells them that they should be happy because they have nothing to be tied to. But human beings don't actually exist as atomized individuals in the world. That is not how human beings actually work. We are not atomized individuals in the world. We are part of families. We are part of communities.
Okay, no one's trying to fucking get rid of your... Is there a bunch of anti-family legislation being passed, Ben? Is there anti-fucking whatever institution you're talking about? Like, literally none of this shit's happening, dude. You're just fear-mongering because you don't want trans people to exist or gay people to get married. But, fuck you. We're not going back in the closet.
Part of things larger than ourselves. And that thing can't just be Joe Biden at the White House celebrating as the height of American life.
Yeah, but they literally hate individualism. They really do. Like, they want everybody to be a robotic, fucking obedient worker, and that's it.
That is not enough. That cannot support a durable society. That's been the case that the left's been making.
Yeah, that person on Discord's mic sucked.
For a very, very long time.
I couldn't even hear them, yeah. Oh, you know who they are? I never even heard of WOKE before. I was like, who the fuck? I was like, who the fuck are you?
The most durable or important form of society is the one where there are no standards and no rules, except for a society that mirrors back at you what you are feeling at any given moment. That is not a society. That is a chaotic, anarchic, bizarre amalgamation of chaotic tyranny.
Yeah, which nobody is trying to do, Ben. Everything you just said is all made up. You made it up just now. Nobody's trying to make it illegal to have a family. Or do all your traditional bullshit, whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do, dude. We just want to do what we want to do also, and that's too much for you.
Tyranny on the one hand and bizarre chaos on the other.
Yeah, when poly people mute them. Yeah.
It's almost an anarchic tyranny. Like on the very local level, it's anarchy because you don't have any intermediate institutions. And on the national level, it's tyranny.
Anarchy? Oh, based.
To enforce the anarchy, to obliterate all of those intermediate institutions. That is really what this is about. Again, this is why he keeps saying this is a first step. So Joe Biden says...
Again, Ben trying to make this shit sound cooler than it is.
By the way, there's nothing more decent, more dignified, or more American than two dudes getting married or two ladies getting married and forcing people of traditional bent to bow to their whims.
What? No one's forcing you to do anything. It's just letting them have a wedding. You fucking psycho. Like, what the fuck? No, you literally, it doesn't affect you. It affects you zero. It affects your life absolutely not at all, dude. You don't have to do anything except just let them have their wedding. You don't have to go. You don't have to show up. You don't have to buy them a wedding gift. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to, get rid of your family because a gay person got married. All you have to do is just let them fucking exist and have their wedding.
When a person...
You professional fucking victim.
...can be married in the morning and thrown out of a restaurant for being gay in the afternoon, this is still wrong. Wrong.
Get him, Joe.
And that's why the people you heard speak today continue to fight to pass the Equality Act.
Listen up,
Okay,
Jack.
the Equality Act goes way further then what exactly?
Yeah. Oh, I love it, man. Those motherfuckers. Oh, no. The Equality Act goes way further. Oh, anything but equality. Oh, not equality. Anything but that. Fuck.
Was in the same-sex marriage bill. The Equality Act basically obliterates all individual rights in the name of the government telling you that you have to abide by Joe Biden's view of same-sex marriage.
You don't have to abide by anything. You can just let other people do what they want, just like you get to do whatever the fuck you want, man. Fuck.
Or gender identity, or sexual orientation. By the way, this is not happening on a wide scale across the United States. I'm not aware anywhere, actually, this is happening, where people who are gay are walking into a restaurant and are being turned away specifically because they are gay.
Yeah, it's happening, Ben. You know it's happening, motherfucker. Not only getting turned away, getting the shit beat out of them, getting fucking all kinds of horrible shit, dude. Yeah. You know, getting turned away from the restaurant is the least of my fucking worries when I go out. Like, what the fuck?
What is happening is that you will see a gay couple who is specifically targeting a religious baker, like they did in the Masterpiece Cake Shop case, for destruction, walking into the cake shop, demanding that this baker celebrate their predilections and their activities. And then
you mean like how you guys would walk in and demand to not have to wear a mask or follow the rules of the store, and the people still have to fucking, you know, serve you or whatever? Yeah. Okay, dude. And you know what? Good. Fuck those people. If they don't want to... If they don't want to do a gay wedding cake, it's a self-report, and you probably shouldn't be giving them business in the first place.
And the baker's saying, I'm not going to celebrate that. I'm happy to sell you a cake that we have right here. This is exactly what happened in the Masterpiece Cake Shop case, by the way.
Yeah, we know, dude.
The baker, Jack Phillips, literally said to them, here is a cake. I will sell it to you. But I'm not going to use my creative abilities to celebrate your activity.
Exactly. He's being a fucking douchebag, acting like him making them... What is he going to go to hell for making them a gay wedding cake? Like, what the fuck would happen to him if he did that? Nothing. Nothing would happen except he would make money. That's the only thing that would happen if he would make them a cake. There's nothing else that could possibly come out of that situation.
And they sued him in Colorado, and it cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Good.
And it went all the way up to the Supreme Court, and he won. And then another couple came by and tried to force him to bake a cake celebrating a gender transition. The targeting will not stop, because until all of society mirrors the individual sexual preference of people on the left, all of society must be reshaped, and all of those institutions must be torn down, and individuals must be bulldozed. Individual rights must be bulldozed. Again, this is I'm going to say it 1,000
That's not what's happening at all. It's literally the opposite.
Times, because it's still true. There is no end to this slippery slope. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show.
Told you. The whole fucking video is going to be a slippery slope argument. Oh, if you let the gays get married, the next thing you know, the fucking... Dude. Whatever, man. What a dumb fuck.